guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Welcome to another New York City exploration video. Today we're going to be covering the Harlem River Drive Speedway. The history of the Speedway from 1903 up to the present day 2025. We're going to start down at 155th Street. We're going to work our way up this way, and we're going to include all the important parts. Let me just spin this if I can. Look, we're going to go underneath the viaduct here where we've been before. We're going to go up this path, and then we're going to go deep into no man's land where most of you guys have never been. I hope you enjoy it. That being said, let's get started. Okay guys, it's very important that you understand the history of the Harlem River Drive Speedway and how it first came about. So please take a look at the following screenshots as I walk you through it. The Harlem River Drive Speedway extended from 155th Street all the way north to Dyckman Street. The area you're looking at right now is approximately where I was broadcasting from and where I will be broadcasting from all day. This here is the 181st Street Bridge, which was fully opened in the year 1889. Back then, as you can see, everything was nothing but horses. Horses and your 2 feet. No cars on the road back then. Now, moving on, here's a better aerial view. This is from 1902. You can see the Harlem River Drive Speedway right here, which is wide open, clean and green. Here, on the left side, you're going to notice there were actually houses built. People were living here. Look at this mansion up here, back in 1902. Today, none of this exists. There are no houses, there are no commercial buildings, nothing along here. But there are some old artifacts that I'm going to be showing you later that I think you're going to find very interesting. Here's from another view. I'm fairly certain that the person who took this picture was standing up on High Bridge. It's probably the only vantage point that they could have taken this from. And you can see what looks like it might have been a horse stable right here. There's no evidence whatsoever that these buildings were here. Of course, this bridge is still intact, although it's been rebuilt. And what you don't see in the picture here is Interstate 95, the Cross Bronx Expressway, because that wasn't built yet either. By the way, this picture you're looking at now is from 1905. This picture, I'm not going to really talk too much about today. This is something I'm going to talk about in the future on another video. But this is from 1940. This is the High Bridge here where the person was just taking the picture from that I showed you. Downstairs is the Harlem River Drive. This is a very good look at the ramps that were demolished, I guess around 1950 or so. You may know that when I take videos of the Harlem River Drive, there's a little stub right here, and I never knew why it was there. It was actually part of this ramp right here. See it? Look, this came from the 178th Street Tunnel. And of course, I never got to see that. Let's move on with a little more history. This is what I'm going to call the money shot, historically speaking. All right, this is the way it looked approximately, I'm going to guess, in the early 1940s, but I don't know for sure. Here you can see everything's under construction. This tunnel would be opened in the year 1950. It's not open yet. This one may have been opened already. I don't know if this was open in 1940 or if it was just getting ready to be opened. Okay, this is the section right here that I just pointed out to you in the previous slide that was demolished. Shameful. Only the stub is left. This section here, See these arches? They call this the 1940 section, still in use, as it is. This is where I'm going to be shooting from. This is one of my spots. I've done videos under here before, and you know it's somewhat on the sketchy side. You can still go underneath here. They have since fenced it off. Okay, you can still go under there if you know how to get under, and you can emerge into Washington Heights, High Bridge Park to be specific. Now, over here, this is what they call Shaft 25 retaining wall, and it is still there, and we will hopefully be taking a look at this up close and personal as the video progresses. I want to get up here so badly. To be honest with you, I've been all over these areas, and I've always held off going here, but I am going to go here today because it's got to be done, and it's about time that we check it out. So yeah, now let's get a look at the way the area looks today. Okay, this is High Bridge right here. This is where the guy took the picture from back in 1905. Here's your Harlem River Drive. This is the ramp. Okay, this is not the Speedway. This is what was known as the Speedway right down here. See it? Okay, that's your Harlem River Drive Speedway. And if we pan out, you can see 95, which is not in those old pictures I showed you. This is the Cross Bronx leading to the bridge. This is the 181st Street Bridge, which is in the pictures I showed you earlier. And again, the area we're going to be concentrating on today will be, let's say, between right here, which is the High Bridge. We're going to continue south under the viaduct. We're going to check out High Bridge Park. We're going to continue going north, okay? And let's see if we can see anything better. No, we can't really. But we're also going to check the shaft that's still in use today. So that being said, let's get to the exploration part of the video. Okay guys, we are on the northern terminus of what used to be known as the Harlem River Drive Speedway, which we now know as 155th Street. We're looking down now, and historians may know that on the right side over here is the location of the old Polo Grounds Stadium, specifically Coogan's Bluff. It was home to the New York Giants baseball team up to 1957, and even the New York Yankees from 1913 to 1922, and the Mets for 2 years, 1962 and 1963. It was demolished in '64, and the projects were constructed. You may remember years ago, I did a video on this staircase leading down to the old Polo Grounds. There was also a staircase on the far side of this iron railing, and the iron railing is in fact period correct. Right now I'm on the side of the Harlem River Drive, which is going to be my staging area for this video. I'm going to leave my vehicle here, and I'm going to proceed on foot into the bowels of High Bridge Park and the old Harlem River Drive Speedway hidden passages and caverns. So let's get started. You may recognize these arches from the older picture from 1940 that I showed you earlier. I have covered this particular structure extensively in previous videos, so I'm not going to cover it too much today because I'm going to make another separate video about this particular viaduct in the very near future. You may remember in the past I've taken you up here, up the path, and even under the viaduct. We'll take a little look at that right now because I'm here, and it does deserve a very quick look because everything here is period correct with the exception of this fence and this pathway. It used to be a dirt pathway. Those of you guys who've been with me for years remember this area. Back in the 70s and 80s, it wasn't clean like it is now. It was full of dirt, stolen and abandoned cars, and sadly I don't have any pictures from that time. The viaduct itself is in poor shape and is scheduled to be demolished and replaced in the next few years, which is why I really need to hustle, because I want to do a separate video about this structure. We're now going to head northbound toward Dyckman Street and examine all the goodies that you can see when you're driving on the highway. This is the very southern terminus of the walkway, and it's impassable. Over the years, trees and foliage have grown in, as you will see. There is no way to get onto the walkway here. And keep in mind, today's only April 20th. Nothing's even really grown in yet because it's been so cold. There you can see, this is impassable. No way can you get in, but I'll get us in a little bit up the road. Here I'm taking a peek, and you can see that there are still trees and brush completely obscuring the path. I don't think the city has ever cleaned out this pathway since probably the 40s or 50s. So now we're continuing on, we're heading southbound, walking right along the highway itself. What's very weird, unless you're from this area, you wouldn't know this, is that nobody walks on this side, whereas the other side has quite a few people jogging and bike riding. This is considered no man's land. And this bridge right here, this is 95. This was not in the old pictures that I showed you earlier. Still, the walkway is completely blocked with fallen trees and foliage. Continuing on, we're now about to go underneath Interstate 95, which is the Cross Bronx. Looking back, you can see the graffiti guys had no problem hitting this area. I'm looking up here from where I am up to the top of the ramp that I showed you at the very beginning of this section of the video. This leads into what I call the skate park section of Highbridge Park, and you'll get to see that again a little later in the video, but I will be doing another video on that in the future. Going underneath 95 now. Originally, this was in fact the pathway to walk through. This gate here, this iron railing, look how it's curved out. They don't want people entering this area. They put this up after 9/11. Now, as you can see, we've gone under 95. Everything's looking good. Now, we're going to get into the fun part. This is the first spot you can actually access the caverns and passageways from. So we're going to go up there, and I'm going to show you all the neat stuff. These are original lampposts. Now, I believe they're from at least 1940. They could be earlier. I have a friend of mine who specializes in such things, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. Unfortunately, the graffiti guys have been here as well. As you can see, this has been out of service for many years. It's missing the globe on top and the guts. See that? Original to NY City. There's another look at that bad boy. You're going to see more of them if you're a fan of old light poles. There you go. There's another one with a bench. Back in the old days, like I showed you earlier, this was a popular walkway for people. They would sit here, read the newspaper, and chat. Another look at the light pole. Close up. I believe this means it's situated at 179th Street, and I'm not sure what the 150 means, and there might be another number after it. Now we're going to proceed up the staircase. I hope you're noticing I haven't encountered a single person. Continuing up. Oh. There was a bench here at one time. I guess somebody walked off with it. Nice light pole from the period. Another one. Getting to the top. Now we're on the next landing. Again, personally, guys, for the historians out there, I would not come here alone, and definitely not at night, okay? I come here alone because I'm crazy and I just don't care. I got nothing to lose. Here's a very interesting cavern / passageway, which we're going to go up, but not right this second because I'm still covering this landing. The graffiti guys have totally annihilated this area. I don't know if they realize it, but nobody can see their work here because you can't see this from the roadway, and nobody but crazy people like me will come in here. Later, we're going to walk up here and you're going to see what it's like and you're going to like it. Let's continue on the landing that we're on. We're going to continue walking southbound. Old defunct fire hydrant. This bridge here is the 181st Street Bridge, which was in the original pictures that I showed you earlier. Another old light pole that's not working. I wonder what this would have been like back in the old days. There's the base to something, I guess a light pole. Now we're going underneath the 181st Street Bridge. That's where we just came from. As you can see, this intrigued me right here. Apparently there might have been a window here or something. So apparently there is some kind of void in here, some kind of open space. I'd love to get in there and see what's going on. This is behind the wall that I just showed you, and here is the void or open space window. Now this leads up to the next landing, and yes, we're going to be going up there. But first I want to show you this. This staircase leads down to the Harlem River Drive, and it was closed off because, I'll show you why. Number one, it's starting to come apart very badly. It's separating and it's dangerous. There you can see, look, this is a big gap right here. See this? This all pulled away and separated. Now, truthfully, I don't know how long it's been like this, but it's probably been quite some time. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to fix it because, as you can see, nobody comes up here. Looking down, this is the closed staircase. Originally, I had thought about climbing over that fence and investigating this a little more, but I have too many other places to cover today, so that's not happening. That's where we just came from. There's your void. Now we're going to go up the stairs to the next landing. Hey, they don't call this High Bridge Park for nothing. They call it that for a reason, and let me tell you, I climbed a lot of steps today, guys. Now we're on the next landing. The left here leads into High Bridge Park, basically to the section that we would have seen had I gone through the cavern earlier, which I'll go through soon. And to the right, it leads this way, round about up to the street. At the base, not the base, at the ending of the 181st Street Bridge. Now we're back at the cavern, or tunnel, because I know you guys want to go through here. And it is pretty cool, except for one thing. And it'll be a little gross. It stinks of piss. For some reason, well, I think you can get the idea of what's going on here. But this is something. Just an engineering marvel. Let's go through it. Let's keep going up to the top and see what awaits us up there. Now we're getting to the top. Oh my God. Look what these guys did. That's where we just came from. Now we're going up to the next level, which is going to be an observation deck. This is the observation deck, and it's not the only one. There's going to be another one. Hey? Another view from the observation deck. Now, we can go up here to the next level. Going up. Still going up. And now we're on another observation deck. Now right here is the skate park that I was talking about earlier, which connects to the Harlem River Drive viaduct. If you go down here, you'll wind up where we started off. But as I said, I'm not going to really cover much of that today. That's for a future video again. Okay, see it? Skate park. And there's the pathway you would go down. That is the obligatory selfie on the top of all the steps to show you that I actually did make it. Now we're back down on the Harlem River Drive again. And I want to show you, in the earlier 1940 picture that I showed you about the one structure that was still in use, well, this is it. And let me tell you something. Several years ago, I passed here, and DEP happened to be working here, and they had the door open. I couldn't resist. I pulled over to the side of the road, got out, and I looked in there. And let me tell you something. It is very ornate. They have Belgian brick in there, and it's very photogenic. I didn't have my phone with me at the time, so I couldn't get any pictures. Maybe someday in the future. All right, back down onto the highway. This is the way we're going back now. We're going back where we came from. This old light pole is safely set behind the metal railing that I showed you earlier. There's no way to get to this bad boy. I'm thinking he's original, period correct, 1940 or older. Here's another old light post. See it? Cool, right? Close-up view of him. The globe looks like it was in some kind of a fire. And guys, that concludes my look at the Harlem River Drive Speedway, then and now, and the hidden passageway and catacombs. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up and tell me in the comments, because I'm sure you can understand this was a lot of work to make. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Rock on and peace.
Give me just a little more sunshine. I think it could be a bit brighter. It's so hard to see tomorrow. I think it was yesterday. No reason to turn off your sunshine. If I'm gonna be here tomorrow, I'll climb me the tallest mountain and help you break a brand new day. Shine down on the man who's not watching or listening to what's going down. He'll soon feel a warmth which might get his attention. He'll need more than me, cause he's got no direction. He's really no different than I. He's just got no sun in his sky. Oh yeah, he's just got no sun in his sky. Yeah, he's just got no sun in